Good morning, guys. I have something on my spirit and I just wanted to share it. This is not going to be a long video. I don't want to keep you guys long if you even care to watch it. But a thing happened to me and I had to do a thing. And if you guys have noticed, that thing was I've had to cut my hair. I have had to cut my hair because I had braids in my hair. I was wearing protective styles. The COVID was happening. I didn't know what would be the next time I would be able to get my hair done. So I devised an entire plan for myself. Um, I wanted to just wear the protective style, take the braids out after my hair had grown out, and cut it even, and move forward from there with the style that I wanted. I had the style in mind, I had the time I wanted to do it. Everything was just planned out, planned out. Well, what happened was I took the braids out and they were not good. The situation was not good. I had a bad feeling with the first braid that I took out. I saw that my hair had knots in it, but I thought, okay, I'll just condition it, co-wash, get it slipperage, on it, put some oils on it, and let it sit for a while to penetrate the knot, and then I pull it apart with my hands myself. So I went on YouTube to find out exactly what that process looked like, and I was like, okay, I'm ready, I'll do this. And after maybe cutting out four of the braids, I was like, you know what? I just don't have time to do this. My arms were getting tired. So I called the braiding shop where I got my hair done. And I said, I need you guys to remove the braids. How much is it? She told me it's like $55. So I was thinking, okay, cool. I'll be there today. I need to get the braids taken out, just taken out, my hair processed after that, because I was pulling my hair out. My hair was so fragile and it was so thin and it wasn't healthy. It was very weak. And I didn't want to damage my hair. So I go to the shop, I take it out, I have them to take it out, and the girl was like, okay. She gave me the price. I said, wait a minute. I said, does taking it out, the price does not include you guys removing the knots? I mean, there's no conditioner you put on my hair, put money in the dryer to penetrate it or nothing like that. She said, no, we don't do any of that. You have to do that at home. We only take the braids out. And I thought to myself, I could have saved my money and done that myself. I thought that you guys do a whole process where you take the braids out, you get the knots out of the client's hair, you shampoo it, you co-wash it. I don't know, sit underneath the dryer with some conditioner or something. It was nothing. It was nothing like that. And I was like, oh, it's very strange. So she tried to comb it out and she said, oh, no, 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 I can't comb it out either. You have knots in your hair. You have to do this, this, this. And I said, well, I know what I need to do at home. So I went home and I did that. It didn't work. I had the conditioner in my hair, the detangler in my hair all day. The knots were not coming out. So while I took my puppies for a walk, I saw my neighbor, and I know that she's a hairdresser. She has a shop right down the street. And I asked her about it, and I still had my hair wrapped up, and I still had the conditioner in it. And I asked her, I said, what does this look like to you? I said, because I'm feeling kind of funny about it. What does this, what's going on with my hair? Is this like your regular knots you've had? Because I've had braids before, but I've never had them in that long, and I've never had to deal with any knots in my hair. And she said, well, knots are normal if you've had them in for a while and then you remove them. It's the it's the buildup of product, and stuff like that. So she looked at my hair and she said, no, sweetie, this is not knots. Your hair has locked up. Your hair has locked up. And because they didn't use enough of your real hair to braid into the medium-sized braids, you have little tiny small little locks in your hair. Your hair has locked up. I don't think you'll be able to separate it because it's so small and it's so tightly knotted up. It has locked up. You may have to cut it. And I just thought, I'm not ready for the process of cutting my hair. This was not what I had intended to do. So at that moment, I kind of started to feel distraught. And I was not happy. And it just really pissed me off. And I said, okay. When I left the shop, they didn't attempt to do anything. They didn't. And she said that should have been part of the process that you paid for to remove the braids. I've never known a braiding shop that does not wash the hair, condition the hair, sit you under the dryer, get the knots out, or whatever. That should have been included. They should have done that. I said, well, they didn't. And she said, and that's why she saw your hair in the condition that it was in. And she probably knew she couldn't get it out. And they had messed up. They messed up. I said, okay, well, it is what it is. So I called my hairdresser and I said, hey, it's an emergency. I need you to look at my hair. So I get to the hairdresser. She said, well, come right now. I get to the hairdresser and she looks at my hair and she says, Shay, you have to cut it. You have to cut it. You are going to be left with a small, curly, natural bush for right now until it all grows out. This is more than just locks. This is your hair is knotted up to the point where it is locks, you know. And I said, just start cutting. Just cut it. Just cut it. You know, I said, this ruins my process. I've only ever in the past cut my hair for spiritual maintenance and cleansing. I do it a certain time of the year because um, metabolically my hair grows um, the fastest certain months of the year. I've recognized that about myself. And that's if I cut my hair, that's when I do it. And I begin a process of spiritual maintenance. Besides that, I've only ever had to cut my hair very, very short when for medical reasons. So it was kind of devastating to me to have to be forced into the process of cutting my hair. I had the whole plan out of how I wanted to do it, what time I wanted to do it, just cut it off to the shortest part where it was healthy, give my hair time to rejuvenate, and wear a style that I had in mind. So I spent the rest of the day feeling very anxious. I was very unsettled spiritually. I couldn't get it together. Um, I was angry. I was hurt. And I kept saying to myself, you know what? This wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan. And I'm being forced into having to do this because these people have messed up my hair. I'm only for that reason I was upset. I cut my hair all the time. It's hair, it'll grow back. My hair is not who I am. It doesn't define me. It doesn't make me any less beautiful having shorter hair. It doesn't make me any more beautiful having longer hair. It's just hair. It's just a thing. It's a thing. So I had to have a conversation with myself. I had to look to the ancestors for answers. I had to meditate and ask God a couple of questions because this was a thing that happened to me. It affected no one else in the house. So why should my attitude or my disdain or my anger affect them as well? And I didn't want to continue on feeling the way I was feeling internally. So I started to think, and in my meditation, I received the message that when things like this happen to other people and they happen to talk to you about it, you always let them know certain things. You always say certain things that make sense to them because those things make sense to you. So now you have to follow your own advice and you have to look at this in a different way. And I realized that I was angry and upset because I was coming from a place of control. Of control. Like so many people, men and women, young adults, children, we tend to confuse the need to control what happens in our life with the manifesting what we want in our lives. Let me say that again. I was confusing the need to control what happens in my journey with manifesting what I wanted to be a part of my journey. Like I said, I had it all planned out. Well, the universe didn't have it that way. The universe may have said, no, I need you to go through this process right now. And who am I to say, no? Who am I to complain about that? I was putting negative energy out into the universe, and therefore I was going to get that negative energy back. Thus, the feeling of despair, the feeling of anger, the feeling of anxiety, unsettledness. I was experiencing all of these things because that's what I was putting out. So when I stopped putting those things out, I started to realize that I'm not in control of things that happen in my life, but I am in control on, with how I respond to them. We all are. We have always been given the power of discernment. We can decide. It's the only thing that separates human beings from animals. Animals work on instinct. We work on rationale. We work on decision making. We're not animals. We cannot control what happens in our lives. We can only accept the things that occur in our journey here in the physical world. So I had to stop and think. I'm doing this to myself. This is just a thing. It's just hair. It'll grow back. In a few months, I'll be where I started from before this experience with these braids. I cannot continue to confuse the need to control. See, I was thinking I was in control. I had a plan, but that plan didn't have me. So now here I am with this short, curly bush, and I'm still beautiful. I'm still Shay. I'm still Zayn Ayazan Shabazz. you know, um, and I just wanted to kind of share that. I don't know who needed to hear it. I don't know who should be receiving it, but I felt moved to put it out there. We're not always in control, but we always have the power to determine how we react to situations in our life. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us rational. That's what makes us make better and smarter decisions, ultimately becoming better person. Accepting that is a part of doing your work. Everyone has to do their work. We're not meant to know everything that's going to happen to us in our journey in life. We're not meant to know it. Yes, we can manifest. Yes, manifesting is a part of life. We have that power. We were born with it. Um, but to a certain extent, don't get it confused with trying to control what happens. You get lost in the sauce. I was lost in the sauce for a minute, but it is what it is. This is life. I have no hair, so I'm just going to embrace it. I mean, there's a million different styles out there. If I wanted hair, or if I want hair, I can go and get hair. If I want it down my back, if I want it in a blunt bob, if I want uh it quick weave feathered. Uh, Listen, if I want long barrel curls, I can get that. You know, I'm just going to have to embrace it for right now. The process of my spiritual cleansing is cutting my hair because as a melanated woman, um, I need for the sun to reach more of me. I need more of the sun, not just on my face and neck and chest and back, but I also need it here. I need to feel the heat of the sun here. It's a part of cleansing, it's a part of a reawakening, it's a part of my rebirthing process. It's a spiritual thing to feel the sun here and here. That's what connects us to the universe as melanated people. Our need to be nourished by the sun. So I have a process that I do every year. I may not cut it all off, but I cut it down so more of the sun can reach me here. And now I feel like I have been forced into that process. So now it's my job to embrace it. I got to start it a little early. You know, it's going to be some cold days this winter probably, but she just going to have to get through it. I'm going to have to find me a little lash, child, put a little lash on and continue on. And it's okay not to be in control. I want you guys to know that. It's okay not to be in control. It's okay not to know what's going to happen. It's okay. Stop, sit, think. Put your mind at as much peace as you possibly can and say, okay, this thing has happened. This thing has happened. Now, what am I going to do? And ask God for answers. Ask the universe for answers. The ancestors are there to provide us with the tools we need and help from all kind of resources here in the physical world. They work tirelessly in the spiritual realm to help us here in the physical world. Ask them, okay, how should I handle this? If I do this, could happen. Look at all your possibilities. Look at all of your resources. But most of all, do your work in the process. Practice healing. Don't doubt the process. Process is a part of life. Everything is a process. Everything is a process. And just remember, doubt has no place in the healing process because now you need to heal from this thing. And that's basically all I have to say. I want all of you guys to have a wonderful Saturday. I wish you guys positive things to happen, positive processes. I want you guys to be excited and embrace change. Change is a part of life. I don't believe that life ends with death. I believe that we simply transition back to our spiritual form that we were before we entered the spiritual realm. I don't believe in dying and final and that's it. I believe in change. Change from physical beings to spiritual beings. So where's the doubt coming at? It shouldn't. It don't. You are powerful. You are positive. You are worthy. And go get it. Just go get it.